Hey guys, it's Nova Scotia Thomas here, and so here we are on the at here we are at the Horton Poor Farm Cemetery. So this is kind of like a little out of the way place near Wolfville, Nova Scotia. So if you go into Wolfville, go along the Harvest Moon Trail and come towards Greenwich. That's general direction of New Minus. The Harvest Moon Trail, by the way, has connection into Wolfville. Just the walking trails that go along the waterfront, and just keep heading towards Greenwich on that trail and don't stop. Eventually you will cross a bit of a highway in Greenwich. You can go across, be careful. You can do that, by the way. But if you keep walking a bit further for like half an hour or so, half an hour to an hour or so along that trail, you will come across this little place here. So I'm not sure if you can read what that sign says. Um, the feed on my camera is kind of blurry, but it says, near here rest many former residents of the Horton Township Poor Farm. So the Poor Farm was basically made for people who had disabilities back in the day, or for other reasons couldn't be part of society. And basically, and I admit I don't know the history about if there was or was not abuse there. It wouldn't surprise me if there was. Again, I don't know. But basically the idea was that they would work there as much as they could, as they were able, and they'd be taken care of. And that was the general idea. Again, don't know much more about it than I just said. So if anyone knows a bit about if anyone knows about this particular poor farm, or in Canada, Nova Scotia in general, feel free to say it in the comments. But anyway, we're gonna see where they're buried. It was kind of like a forgotten, engraved, abandoned cemetery. Then it was kind of like, I think, kind of like discovered or covered by historical society. They've cleaned it up quite a bit, and it's a nice, quiet place. There's a memorial stone there for everyone there. Pretty much all the graves there are unmarked. That being said, it is a nice place to just go and visit, meditate, pray, and just be in nature. So anyway, we're going to walk there now. So yeah, so anyway, you come up around here, you got to be a little bit on the careful side, because so I'm walking up the hill now. I'm walking up a little slope here right now on a small walking trail. So, and right around that way, there is the Cornwallis River. And you got to be careful on this side that I'm pointing towards, because that's leads to a bit of a precipice right there. It's safe to bring your dogs there. I wouldn't take them off leash, but even if they did fall off, they might get hurt, but I don't think they'd die instantly. Same thing with kids. Still, good thing to be a good idea to be careful around here. If you go further, there's also like a site where the Mi'kmaq apparently would go fishing and weave baskets. And that's well known of since. Sorry, I have a bit of an speech impediment, in case you haven't noticed in any of my previous videos. But yeah, go a little further along this trail here, you'll eventually come across a site where there was kind of like a Mi'kmaq trading post, where they would fish in the Cornwallis River and make weave baskets, sell to locals there. And there is a commemorative plaque about that here. So yeah, anyway, so those of you who don't know, who aren't from Nova Scotia, Atlantic Canada, this is what the wilderness around here looks like. In case you're wondering, it's pretty pretty out here. Yeah. So I just keep walking out a bit further more. Pretty soon we'll get to the side. So anyway, regarding the graves, I can kind of tell where they are, because there's kind of like little bumps in the ground where the coffins or bodies were laid. And it was a cemetery. It wasn't a mass grave. It is visible that where the bodies are, and that they were laid out in a set matter. But it is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, kind of forgotten, and it has been uncovered. So we should be there in about maybe like a minute or so. Yeah. So it is a bit of a walk, not much of a walk. Like, looking at this, since the start of the video, it's been about 4 minutes so far. So it's like 4 or 5 minute walk. Oh, I just see it up ahead. We're going to be in about 30 seconds. There's a little bit of a bench there to just sit, and just sit and watch the view, which by the way is beautiful. Let me see if I can give you guys a bit of a better appreciation for the view. Yeah, not sure if you guys got all that, but it is absolutely amazing. I do need to get a better camera for this. Again, guys, I'm carrying an old laptop to make these videos, so I know I should probably find something a bit better at some point in the future. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, here we are actually, right in front of me. So I'll just put this down here. My walking staff are down here. So anyway, let me just show you what's a little just further ahead. It does say there's a bit of private property down that way, so please be respectful if you do come here. It is some private property, and you are next to a cemetery. You are at a cemetery, so please be respectful. So nice little bench, just sit down right there. Soaring spirits, peaceful hearts. This bench has been placed here for your enjoyment. Thanks for respecting this space. The Burial Grounds Care Society 2018. So yeah, so please be respectful here. So like, and here's the new here's the stone. Here's the tombstone, basically. You guys can see that. Yeah. So now we're going to go into the cemetery. Again, the video quality here is not the greatest. So anyway. So yeah, don't think you guys can see that, but right over here where I'm moving my hand, it's going to move my foot. Then I realized, no, this is a grave. It's a little mossy here. It's a little bit curved over here. You can kind of tell there's a burial there. And right next to it, there's like another one right over that, right about the size of a coffin of a human body. And you find these all in this Poor Farm Cemetery here. And it is a very peaceful, beautiful, quiet place. I wouldn't say I've been here before. I've prayed here before. I wouldn't say I'm here very often though. It is out of the way. But it is, you can tell it's kind of sort of taken care of. Right here, I think we might have a bit of the historical information in this little box right here about the cemetery. It does, I read it before, it doesn't give the names and burials. It doesn't give who's buried here, or the names or anything like that. It does say there, but it does give about the history. You can take it and read for yourself. And it's here in the elements, just leave it alone. The back. Thank you for your visit. Please deliver close. So basically kind of says the information that I told you about this place. It was like a forgotten poor farm. Eventually discovered it. And the Burial Society in Nova Scotia, like a historical group here, got together and tried to like refurbish it, clean it up. Made it not just an abandoned, forgotten place in the woods. So yeah, so this is the Horton Poor Farm Cemetery. It is quite lovely here. Be sure to make a visit sometime. And no, in case you're wondering, because I know there's a group of people like that on the internet who ask this, I'm aware of no ghost stories of this cemetery or anything like that. It's just a nice quiet cemetery out in the middle of the woods that's kind of abandoned, forgotten, and just, it actually has a great sense of peace and beauty when you're here. So anyway, hope you guys get to visit, like all the other places on my YouTube channel. And feel free to give a like and a share, and stay safe everyone.